Hey, how's it going? It is again my hypersomnia video diary day 9, and I feel exhausted. Right now it's about 12 and 12 at night, and I tried to do a lot of different things tonight. I After the video I did last night, I got more into thinking like to re-review the sleep phases and what is chemically a neurotransmitter happening in your brain at that time. And I stumbled on some really interesting stuff, and I wanted to go through some of that, and then I also found some other links to things as I kept reading, as you do a lot of times. And it got into some cool stuff about it seems that the neurotransmitter histamine is responsible for so many things. It can actually controls what dopamine does in your brain. It kind of tells it what to do, when to do it. So it's, yeah, dopamine is its bitch, I guess, in a sense. Pardon my language there. But it also it's thought to control your mental arousal, your normal, some of your normal sleep patterns, and your just energy levels, which is cool. So it kind of super. It's like it's in the hypothalamus, which is like at the lower, in the kind of in the center, and going towards down the back. I think I wanted to have a picture, but I'll explain that part of it in a second too, and the video quality. But yeah, so I think it's supposed to be like one of the older parts of the brain, one of the more primitive ones, which is really cool. And so what it's actually doing throughout the day to different parts of the brain, it's working it like a puppet in a sense. But I wanted to go through that and kind of talk in the way that may relate to hypersomnia, because I'm just doing my own research to try to get some ideas. I wanted to do that, and I had everything set up. I repositioned my mic and got my lights right, and then even the camera was repositioned, and I just kept getting camera error codes every time. I'm gonna scoot over and get centered. Every time I tried to record, and I couldn't make it work. So and I wanted to at least make sure that I had started this video prior to midnight. It's 11:57 right now. But as with everything else, it's just you have trials and tribulations, and you just try to work through them. So I'm gonna make this video short tonight, and I don't mean to shortchange anyone out there in a sense, but I don't have enough energy to keep troubleshooting this right now. I think perhaps my webcam has gone bad or something, but I think it's, yeah. And there's so much cool stuff that I want to show you. I had some here. Let me see if I can show you at least a little bit of it. So let's see. Get into here. I was saving some screenshots and stuff. So if this looks correct, it just talks about there's two main sleep cycles, the circadian rhythms and the sleep-wake homeostasis, and each of those things work together and kind of combatively but collaboratively with each other to regulate the sleep process. Let's see, some more stuff I had. Brainstem, gatekeeper. Yeah, let's see. So, just some, you probably can't even read, this is probably pointless, but there's a whole cocktail, it says, of neurotransmitters that are involved during wakefulness. That's histamine, dopamine, norepinephrine, serotonin, glutamate, and a bunch of others. But they're saying right here, histamine in particular is referred to as the master wakefulness promoting neurotransmitter. It works in non-REM sleep states as well as REM, and also while you're actually awake. So it's working like constantly, regulating your sleep wakefulness, which kind of just makes me ask, then maybe that's where the issue is, and obviously there's no way to pinpoint that, but which it did give me a bit of an epiphany tonight. So I don't know if it'd be cool to hear from anyone too. Like, I absolutely hate taking Benadryl. Like, Benadryl makes me, and things that are antihistamines and like that. It feels like if I take a Benadryl, it stays with me for days. Like, I don't know. Like, I can't. I would never wake up the morning after Benadryl feeling refreshed. Definitely not. I try. Benadryl is an emergency state thing for me to ever have to take. But I wonder, because I'm so sensitive to things like Benadryl, is that because I already have a reduced histamine level? So taking an antihistamine is gonna reduce that even more and make you even more tired. So that's just an interesting thing that I may be absolutely incorrect, but I'm trying here. Okay, here's the location. And if you can see, maybe it's hard. I'll do this all again when it's cooler. But here's the hypothalamus. It's showing it's sitting right like in here. So almost at the back. It's not a part of the upper. This isn't gonna make any sense right now, so I'm gonna skip it. But yeah. Again, I'm gonna cut this short. My apologies. I'll have to figure out whatever's going wrong with the video. I'll be bitching at Amazon if something's needs to be replaced or whatever, I guess. But yeah, there is some other things, some other topics that I have coming up. I was trying to think about tonight, and some of those would be, okay, so I said before, like, coffee doesn't work for me, or exercise or things, but like, what does that really mean? So I want to kind of touch on, like, what does it mean if I have 4 cups of coffee in a row? Like, what does that do to me? Like, does it my battery's running low here. Does it stimulate me in any way? Like, what's the effect? What does sugar do in that aspect? I can even talk about, what are the things that are normal sedatives for people, homeopathic, whatever. Things like chamomile, what does that do to me? I can go through, what effect exercise actually has on me. I was just some other things like that I thought maybe would be a little bit interesting. At least I can tell you what happens when I drink a Red Bull, or what happens if I take ginseng or something like that, because I've tried all these natural remedies too. So alright, that's it for tonight, and I'll see you next time.